So guys, welcome to some FIFA 16 career mode BPL transfer budgets. So this is going to be my first FIFA 16 video. That's right, the BPL transfer budgets, the Barclays Premier League transfer budgets in career mode that you guys will be starting off with if you do pick a team in the Premier League. So let's jump straight into it. Arsenal, they have a £50.5 million transfer budget and a 2.1 million weekly wages budget. They are a 5-star team, and as you guys can take a look from their starting 11, they do have a pretty solid starting 11. You're going to look to maybe use that 50 million on another striker. Aston Villa, 21 million pounds that you will start off with if you do pick Aston Villa for your career mode. They have just under £1 million in the weekly wages. Remember guys that all this money is in pounds, so if you do change it to US dollars etc in career mode, the amount will change. But Bournemouth, they're one of the most poorest sides in the Premier League. They're not the richest. They've only got £11.5 million in their transfer budget, just over 500,000 in their weekly wages. They're only 3.5-star team. And you are going to look to try and improve them if you do choose them. So they're a sort of side that you will be looking to do, say, a road to glory with in your guys' career modes. But Chelsea, one of the richest sides in the Barclays Premier League, the 5-star rated side, the Premier League champions, they've got £61 million in their transfer budget, just under 2.5 million in their weekly wages, one of the best sides in the Premier League. And you also do have £61 million to work with. Just imagine the players you can pick up with £61 million, so you can have a lot of fun with that career mode, just spending a lot of money. But Crystal Palace, they are a 4-star side. They have £17 million in their transfer budget and just under 1 million in their weekly wages, in their finances. Crystal Palace are a decent side. They're probably a mid-table team, and if you guys are looking to use Crystal Palace with that 17 million, I reckon you guys should go for youth and then bring up those players and build Crystal Palace into a fortress. But Everton, they are one of the sides I really like in the Premier League. I really do have a soft spot for them. They have £18 million in their transfer budget, just over $1 million in their weekly wages. Surprisingly, they've only got £18 million. I thought they would have had a bit more than that, but only £18 million with Everton. They are also a 4.5-star rated team. Leicester City, a team who's doing very well in the Premier League right now as of this day. They have 19.5 million in the transfer budget and just over 500,000 in their weekly wages. Guys, Leicester City have 19.5 million pounds. That is, in my opinion, a lot of money for Leicester, and it can do quite a bit with that amount of money. They have more money than Everton. But Liverpool, they have 39.5 million in their transfer budget and 1.8 million in their weekly wages. Remember guys, in your career mode, you can also adjust the transfer budget and the weekly wages to your guys' liking. But I'm just showing you guys the default that you guys will be having if you do pick up one of these teams in the Premier League. You do decide to do a career mode with them, you guys will be finding out the transfer budget and the weekly wages. Manchester City, the richest team in the Premier League, 72 million pounds and over 2 million in the weekly wages. Look at their starting 11, 5-star rated team. If you guys can see the starting 11, you have quality all over the pitch, and you also have £72 million to work with. So if you guys are looking for a career mode to start off with for fun at the start of FIFA 16, go with Manchester City. But Manchester United, the other side of Manchester, they have 57.5 million pounds in their transfer budget and just over 2 million in their weekly wages. A lot of money in the weekly wages. In my opinion, you guys should try and maybe even out, put a little bit more money in the transfer budget and just decline the weekly wages a little bit for Manchester United if you guys do decide to do a Manchester United career mode. Newcastle United with 25 million pounds in the transfer budget and just over 1 million in their weekly wages. Newcastle United do have some money on them. You guys are going to look to maybe boost up the squad as they are not one of the best teams in the Premier League. Norwich City, a newly promoted side, they've got 16 million in their transfer budget and just over 500,000 in their weekly wages. wages department, a 4-star team there, Norwich City. 72 attack, 73 midfield, and 71 defenses. We'll be pushing on into Southampton, a team who done very well in the Premier League last season, but they did have quite a number of their main players. For example, Schneiderlin going to Manchester United. They did have their main players leave the club. They have 23 million in the transfer budget. Surprisingly, as I did think that they were going to have more than that, around about the 30 million mark. I thought that EA were going to give them for career mode, but no, they are sitting in the 20s. Spurs, 32.5 million in the transfer budget, 1.3 million in the weekly wages. They're going to look to maybe boost up their midfield a bit, as the midfield is probably one of their weakest points in the Spurs side. Obviously, Lloris in goals and Harry Kane up front. And looking at the next team, Stoke City, 21.5 million pounds in their transfer budget and close to $1 million in their weekly wages. 4-star team, Stoke City. But the next team is going to be Sunderland. You guys will be seeing the Sunderland finances coming up right here, right now. So Sunderland, they're not one of the richest sides in the Premier League, but surprisingly, they have 20 million pounds in their transfer budget and close to $1 million in their weekly wages. 4-star team, one of the weaker sides in the Premier League. But if you guys are looking for a career mode to really start from the bottom and work your way from the top, Sunderland is that team. A team that I really recommend that you guys go do a career mode with is Swansea City. 18 million pounds in their transfer budget, 909,000 in their weekly wages. A team that you guys could have a lot of fun with in career mode, and I really recommend you guys go and do a Swansea career mode if you guys are looking for a long-lasting career mode to have some fun with. Watford City, a team that I'll be doing my career mode with coming up very, very shortly, guys. 13.5 million as their transfer budget, 760,000 in their weekly wages. One of the poorest sides in the Premier League, as I did say. I will be doing my Watford career mode coming up in the next couple of days. West Bromwich Albion, 16 million pounds as their transfer budget, 762,000 as their weekly wages. West Ham United, they have 21.5 million in the transfer budget and 802,000, just over 800,000 there is West Ham United, and that is the West Ham United finances, and that is how this video is going to end. That's right, guys, this is the first video for FIFA 16, and this is on the early access, the EA access on Xbox One. But guys, if you did enjoy this video, make sure you go ahead and smash a like on the video. Make sure to drop a comment down below, and make sure you also click subscribe. What are your thoughts on the finances for the Premier League clubs in FIFA 16? Guys, Barcelona career mode starts this Saturday. Make sure you don't miss it. Also, make sure you don't miss the videos I will be posting later on today and tomorrow, and I see you all on my next video.